Okay, so I want to create the class called MyDate class I want to create. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go for a new class. I'm creating it. So the name of this one I'm giving it as MyDate. So if you want, you can have the main method inside the same class, or we can have the main method separately. We can have one more class can be created, and then there we can have the main method can be used. So right now I'll use the second method. I'll be using it. So last class, up to the last class, what we did is we have saved, we have created the main method inside the same class which we were using it. Now what we do is I'll change the small change, I'll make it. So I'll be taking it to the another class. I'll be using one more class which we call the driver class. I'll be using it for executing my class there. Okay, so I'm not going to add the main method. Now, if you want to follow the previous method, you can just add the main method to this one itself. Okay, then I'm just clicking on finish. So the class is going to be created for me. Now you see that the class is created. Okay, so what we said, the class we are going to use it. So we said like this. So we want to define a class. Okay, so we want to have the class. So what is the class that we wanted to design? So that information I'll put it here. Now I want to have a class called MyDate. So which will basically use for storing the information like date, month, and year. That is, we want to store the date value. Now I'll take three variables. I will take here. I will take what type of variable it is. And actually it looks like the numbers. So I'll be taking the integer values. I'll be taking it. So three variables I'll take: day, month, and the year value. Three variables I'm taking there. So these three variables I'm using it to store the three values. So we wanted to store all the three values. So we are taking the three variables there. Okay. Then we said we want to have a method called setDate method has to be there. So we said that the method called setDate takes three arguments for me: month, day, month, and year arguments is going to take. So I want to define, and we said it's not going to return anything. So when you say that it's not going to return anything, we'll be writing it as void. Okay. So I want to define three parameters has to be passed. That's what we are saying in the line number 5. We are saying that. Okay. So three parameters should be passed, right? So what is that? Date, month, and year values has to be passed. So I'll take set date of day value, set date of month value, comma, set date min of year. All the three values I'm passing as the argument for my method. Okay, then once you pass the data, that data I want it to be assigned to my inner variables what I'm going to use. So as I'm having both the variables are same, date, day, both are the same variables I'm there for me. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use this dot day is equal to day I'm writing. So what does it mean for me? It means that the class I'm asking it to store the local variable value to the class variable value. Then so write. So this is a keyword which refers to the same object in which you are working, or it refers to the class data. It refers to the class data, or it refers to the same object in which we are working. Okay. So this dot month, so it's equal to month. I'm going to assign it. Then so I want to assign the year value. So this dot year is equal to year. You're done up to this. Any difficulty that you are not able to understand what we are asking you to do? If you tell me that what is the difficulty you are having, I can help you out. So if you are not telling me anything, so I cannot know what is the difficulty, why you are not return it. You understood this? Set date? Okay. Like this, I want to have another method has to be there called getDate method. That also let me write that. So I'll just take, now we said that the getDate method, it's going to return me the string value. The name of my method is getDate. So what are the arguments? There are nothing, no arguments is going to be there. Now it is going to return me the data in the form of the string format. It's going to return me. That is 1 Jan 2001. It's going to return for me like that. Now, okay, you can just say I'm using the return option. Return. I'm writing return. What you want to return? Day, month, and year values has to be returned. So I'll say return this day plus the string value. I'm using hyphen there. I'm asking to concatenate there. So day value and hyphen both are going to be concatenated, and year month has to be concatenated. Then plus month plus hyphen plus year I'm writing it. Understand what I did? So I'm asking to concatenate the day, month, year values, and then I'm asking to return there. So it's going to do it. Okay. Now let's see, we want to have the main method, we want to have it. So how I'm going to define it in the same class, the main method also want to have it, so that we can make the class to be executable and we can see the result of that one. Yes, any doubts you have? Okay, so we said we wanted to have another new class will create as a driver class, will be creating it. Driver class is one which contains a main method for me, and using that main method will make the class as executable. In that class executable, I'll be creating the object from the MyDate class. Okay, so I'll create one more class. So I'll create another class now. File, new. I'm selecting a class to be created. So what's the name of the class that I'm going to create here? I'll just give the class name as driver. Okay, I'll just say driver class. So driver class means is a class which contains the main method for me. Inside that class, I'm going to use the objects I'm going to create. Okay, if you feel that the driver name is confusing for you, I'll write it as main class. I'll write the name as main class. Okay, so right now, from now onwards, we'll not create the main method inside the class which we are going to create. Now onwards, what we'll do is we'll create a separate class. Inside that, we'll have the main method. Inside that main method, we'll be using the objects, whatever the objects we want to create. There now we'll be doing that. Okay, in this, I want to have a main method. I'll select that and then I'll say finish. Now you see that it's going to create the main method. Main class is created with the main method. Now inside this class, I want to create the object of my MyDate class. MyDate. Okay, some object I'm writing. So let us say that you're writing stdt. I'm writing a variable called stdt. I'm creating. So I'm assuming the variable name is called start date, or okay, I'll just use a simple variable called d1. So as you wish. Okay. Now it's equal to new MyDate. I'll be writing. Okay, so MyDate method I'm just calling the MyDate object. Created an object called d1 there. Then we have the method called setDate method is there. So that setDate, I'm writing it, and then I'm asking to pass 3 values. It is asking for me. I'm taking 30th, sorry, first 30th, 10th Jan. So it's going to be for me 2022. I'll be. Now, if I say that the get date value, it should return me the 10/1. It should be returning for me. Okay, so for that, I'll write. So I'll write system.out.println. I'm writing. So I want to print the date value. Okay, date value. Then plus d1 object dot get date method. I'm calling it. So when I say get method, so it's going to return me the value there. Let's see, it's going to print me or not. I'll execute my code. I'll click on the play button. Now, so which one you want to execute now? It's going to be as my Java application. I'll select that and I'll say okay. Now you see that the value is written as 10/1/2022. It is printing it. Okay, so it is printing me 10/1/2022. But what is that we said in the class? When the assignment we said what? It should not return me not 1, but it should print me the name of the month. It has to print for me. Then, so how do you write the code for the name of the month? Now I want to get the name of the month I want. Then how do I get the name of the month? 3-letter you want to have it. What you can do? You can write a simple logic can be written. So by using the if condition, if the month value is equal to 1, right? The simple logic, if month value is equal to 1, what we want to do? We want to have the Jan has to be there, right? So for that, I'll take like this. I'll take a variable called string OP. I'm taking a variable. I mean OP as output for me is equal to the day value plus hyphen I'm putting there. Understood there? What I'm doing? So OP is equal to day plus hyphen. That means first date, the 10 hyphen will be added to that one. And then after that, what will be there? I need to add Jan or Feb has to be added. So now if the value is equal to, sorry, if the month is equal to 1, I want to add now Jan now. Okay. Either you write the add that value or you take another variable, you take it. Okay. I'll take one more variable called M name. I'm writing the variable name. So M name is a variable. It's going to, I'm assuming it as month name. Okay. I'm writing it as month name there. Now here, so what is that M name variable their value? It's equal to Jan for me. Understood? Now else if, okay, the month value is double equal to 2. So what do you need to do? What I need to do if the month value is 2? What it is? M name is equal to Feb. Understood what I'm telling? So you write these conditions. How many conditions I need to write there? 12 conditions you have to write. Okay, this is one method. So any alternate methods we have? Declaring a string. Where string? This is one method. Give me a minute. I'll just try to follow you what you're telling me. I'm just trying to put this code over here. Yeah, this is one method. Right. One more method is what? So instead of writing if, we can write alternate. What is the alternate for the if? We have the alternate is switch. Switch is the multiply if for me. So either I can write the if here, or what I can do, I can also write the switch. Switch based on the value of the variable called month. Okay. Now what we'll do? So we'll write case. How do you write that? Case 1. Case 1, it is Jan. Then break. Okay. Then case 2, right? M name is equal to Feb. Understood? Then again you need to write the break. So like this, how many you need to write? 12 case statements you have to write it. Okay, this is another method, but you can do it. Understood what I'm telling? No, I don't want to follow these things. I want to have the better way. Any other methods? Main class, you want to take string. How do I need to take string? Anybody? Okay. Little more on this. I'll take string variable. Okay. Which one? Acha, you want to change that one itself. My code only want to change. No, I don't like that. What is my requirement as per the class is concerned? You're going to use for set date like this only you're writing it. Now what you're telling me, you change the set date method also, everything you're asking me to change. No, 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 no. I don't want to do that one. It should affect me only in my get date method only. I want to make changes. So I don't want to make changes to the set date or to my date declarations. I don't want to make it. I want to have changes only in my get date method. It has to change for me. Suggest me that one. Now, what is an alternate for this one now? How to do this one? For loop. Okay, good. Can you let me know how to do that for loop? Okay, for. Now you have to help me because it is your idea, right? If my idea is there, I'll type it. If your idea is there, you have to tell me. You have to help me out. For, okay, month equal to 1. Month, okay, less than or equal to 12. Okay, plus plus. Okay, good. Month equals to Jan. That's wrong. Will not use this method. Loops at all are not required. What we have to do? If the month value is equal to 1, it should print me January. So there loops will not work for me. What you have to do? Either you have to use the if condition or you have to use the switch. Only those two only alternate for you. In case if I'm asking to print the values 1 to 10 values I want to print, then you can write a for loop can be written for printing the values from 1 to 10. Or you want to print the names of the month. Okay, 1 to 10 you want to print the names of the month, you can do that. No, we don't want to do that one. What we want to do, if the month value is equal to 1, it should print me Jan. That's it. So it's only one value it has to be printing for me. Then this method is not accepted. The next. Then next. I'm having 12 conditions are there. So I don't want to use 12 conditions I don't want to use. I want to short down my code now. I want to cut short my code. Instead of writing month is equal to 1, month equal to 2, 3, 4, 12. No, I don't want to write that one. I want to have the alternate code. I want to have it. Then what we can do? We can have string only. We'll have string. What is the strings? I'll have set of strings. I'll be putting it. So a set of strings is said to be an array. So I'll create an array with all the month names, right? So I'll take a variable called mn. I will take. Okay. So I'll just make this one as my array is equal to how to put the values into the array. Initialization. New. New. Okay. String. How we have to do? 12. I want to put all the month names there. What you do is open the flower brace, open the parenthesis, double quotes, write Jan there. So I'll write the Jan, Feb, March, okay, April. So you put all the month names here. Okay. Understand what I'm telling? Put all the month names here. I'll close the flower brace. So what I'm doing, I'm putting all the month names there. Now it is not necessary for me to write the condition. If month value is equal to 1, give value Jan. If month value is equal to 1, print Feb. That is not required. What I want to do, I want to get the Jan value I want to get. How to get the Jan value from the month array? Mn of 0 if I give, I'll get the Jan there. But the month name is starting with for me, the numbers are starting with 1. So I don't want 0. I want to have the index 1 should be taken. Then I'll add a dummy string there. So null string I'm putting in the 0 position. In the 0 position, I'm putting the null string. If I say mn of 1, if I say, I'll get the Jan. See, earlier what you have to do, you have to say mn of 0, you have to write. So when you say mn of 0, you'll get the Jan there. But I don't want to do that one. So I want to start with 1 onwards. So I'm using a dummy variable, dummy string I'm putting there, null string I'm placing there. Okay, mn of 0 will be the dummy string. That is the null string it will be. Mn of 1 will be Jan for me, right? Now, okay. So here what I do is, now what I want to do, I want to return the day value plus directly I don't want to return the month. I want to return the name of my month. That is mn of month I'll be writing it. You notice what I'm writing? I'm writing mn of month I'm writing. So when I say mn of month, it's going to return me the month name it is going to return instead of returning the value there. Okay, I'll just save my code. I'll come to my main class. Yes.
While declaring we should write mn of brackets or brackets of
see, you can put the brackets here, the box bracket, or you can put the box bracket before this. Both are okay, but this is my Java style. So this is the style of your Java. In Java, this is how we write. Not necessary that you should follow that one only. You can follow the traditional programming language style also. Like C. In C, if you are learned the C language, there in C language, we'll write the box bracket after the variable only. In Java, we can write the box bracket before the variable name also can be written. No problem. Okay, right. Now I'm just writing simple array, I'm creating it, and then I'm asking to return my values. I'll just, okay, save my code. Then I'll go to my, it's not saved, control plus S. Okay, no, it's not saving. File menu. Okay, why it's not saving? Control plus S is also not saving. See, how do you know that it is saved or not? You observe there on the top. You just see here, there is one small star mark is there, right? So that indicates it is not saved. I'll just click on the save button. Is it saving or not, or it's just simply, oh, it's not saving there. Okay, let us see. I'll just save, click on the save button, and then I'll go back to my main part of the program. Then I want to execute this one. Just click. No errors are there. What are the errors? Somewhere I did mistake. Okay, okay. So we are not finished the class body part there. What is it we are not done here? String, it is being done. This is for your main. Okay. So the double slash that has created a problem. Right. Let me run this. Now we got this 10 Jan we got. So how we are getting this one? So instead of writing the multiple series of conditions, if you write, instead of writing those series of conditions, so what I'm doing is I'm going to use the array name. I'm going to make it up in an array, and then I'm asking to return the value of mn of 0 or 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, anyhow, my date value is, month is not going to be 0. So month is going to start for me with 1. So directly I have taken as mn of 0 I have taken it. Sorry. What I'm doing is I'm going to use them. I have taken an array, so I'll place all the values into my array. Okay. Now, in case if you are not putting this null string, you're not placing it. You're not placing the null string. So then, what will happen is, in the code, now you see, it is going to return my fab, it is going to return. Then what you should have made the changes? What are the necessary changes you have to do? So what are the necessary changes you have to make? No, I don't want to use a null string. I don't want to put. Then what you have to do? So I want to get JAN there, right? So how do you get the JAN? Month minus 1 I'll be writing. Understood? Either you write month minus 1. Month value is 1. 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. So mn of 0 is going to be JAN value for me. So I'll be writing month minus 1. If I write, that also will work for me. Or what you can do is you can add a null string and you can get the things done. Understood? The two ways how you can do it. So one is you put a a null string you put there, and then use this method. Okay. Understood what I'm telling? You follow this method. Or what we can do, we can follow the above method. So here I don't want to use null string, I don't want to place. Then what I do is I'll write month minus 1 I'll be writing. So either method you can follow it. Understood? Whichever you feel that it's easy for you to understand, you can use that. Understood? Okay. Here you need to put all the names of the month you have to add it. So I've taken only up to May I have taken. You can just, I'm just putting dot there in double quotes. You have to use the others. Right? Okay. You understood here what I'm doing it? Any questions? See, anything that you're not able to understand, let me know it. Okay, then, so one, I have taken the set date method, get date method I have taken, and then I need to add another method is there called add days, right? So what is that? signature of this method, it is void, it is not going to return anything. Okay, then name of the month is name of the method is add. Okay, I'll write the days, add days, I am writing it. Okay, then we said it takes an integer value for me. I take the numerical value and I am taking it to add that. So what you have to do, the value that you're going to give, that should be added to the number of days. So if I want to add it to days, then days plus, sorry, what is the variable you have taken there? Day variable. Day plus is equal to n, I am writing it. So you're giving the value that I'm adding to it. Understood? Clear what I said? Okay. So I'm asking you to add to the current value only. Then let us see how we are going to work out for this. Now, I want to add the date now. So we want to add now, add 10 days to now. Okay. I want to add the 10 days. That is d1 dot add days of 10. I'm writing it. Now, so the date value after 10 days. Right. Let's see what is going to print for me. So let's execute. Now, okay. So starting value is 10 for me. I'm adding 10 days to it. Then you see it's going to be 20 Jan. It is going to be there. Right. Any questions? So this is how I'm supposed to add my days there. Okay. Clear? Any questions there? Any questions? Any doubts? Any doubts over here? Now here the problem is, for example, I'm trying to add 40 days. I'm trying to add 40 days. What will happen? Why errors will come? What is a program? You are not placed anything. See, remember your programs are, they work as per your code. Whatever the code you have written, based on the code only your programs will be working for you. Based on the code what you have written, that only it will be executing for me, right? What I have done in the add days method, I'm just adding the value to my date there. That's it. I'm not checking you are adding 100 days or 40 days. What you are adding, I'm not checking it. If you have checked how many days you are going to add, then the message would have come for us. We are not doing anything over there. Understood? Now, I don't want that one to happen now. So what I want to do, so I'll add days, fine it is. But based upon the days, what you are going to add, you may add 10 days or 20 days or 30 days you are going to add. Based on that, what you are going to add, it should automatically change the month also, should be changed. Now, for example, if I am writing 1 plus 30, okay, now the current value is 10, 1, 20, 22 for me. I will add another 10 days to it. Okay, fine, it will work for me 20 days. Okay, same month. Now, if I'm trying to add 40 there, so that means what? It should change the month now. Okay, it should change the month for me. Then, how to change the month for it now? We need to put a condition, right? So what is the condition you have to put there? So if it is greater than 30, so then it should be giving me 1 month should be added. Okay. So when do you add 2 months? 60 days. Now comes the question how to find out that one. How many months has to be added? You understand what I'm telling? See, if the user is adding 40 days, you told me some logic behind what it is. If the value is going to be greater than this one has to be done. Well, let us say that user is very intelligent. He want to test your program now it's working properly or not. Instead of giving 1, so he is trying to give 2 here. Month is instead of 1 month, he is giving second month he is giving. In second month, what will be there? How many days will be there? 28 days will be there. And we know that some months are there, some Februaries are there very intelligent. They don't follow you. They follow their own. What is that? 29 days.
Yeah.
You said 28 days, right? There are some months are there, some Februaries are there which are not 28. There are 29. Then how do I know that? How do I know that? No, that is what you have to write the code. So all those conditions you have to take into, you have to take that conditions into mind, and then you have to write all the code has to be made, the necessary changes has to be done. Understand what I'm telling? The necessary changes has to be done based upon the date values and everything what they are going to give it. Okay. So for something like that, I've written the code. I mean, we have defined one method called add months. So you are trying to add the month there. Okay, you are starting with first month. Okay, then so you are going to add 2 means okay, the third month it will display for you. I'm trying to add 13 months. I'm trying to add. Then what it should do for me? Error cannot be there, right? You have to change the year value has to be changed. What about the month? Sorry, this one year. Nothing to worry about the year part. So you can add 100 years or 200 years also. You can keep on adding it. But only thing is I need to verify what the values I'm going to get, the year, the month, and all that. What is there? You need to verify. For example, if you're going to have the second month is there, and then so you're trying to add something February 28 or something is there, then you have to make sure that it is not going to be what? If it is a leap year, you have to make that one as 28 or 29. What you have to do with all that, the conditions you have to take into consideration. Understood what I'm telling? You understood? I think I'm giving a very complex program, right? Okay, we'll make it simple now. Okay, we'll take another example. We'll take so that we can have this simple example. We'll take now. So what is that simple example we'll take? Instead of taking the date, we'll take it as time. We'll take the simple example for time. We'll take. You understood there what I'm telling? So in date, what we did, we are going to have the date value. We're going to store it. Similarly, I want to have one more class. I want to have it called my time. I want to have a class called my time class. I want to have it. So there, so I want to have what the method should be there. The set date instead of this set date, there will have set time. Now, okay, get time, add hours, add minutes, add seconds. Right there, the conditions are simple compared to the date values. There, the conditions are very simple for us. Okay, if you are going to add minutes to it, you need to add the minutes. If the minutes are going to be greater than 60, simply you need to add the hours. That's it. If the hours are also greater than 60, then no need to worry about the days part. You can just add only the hour. You can just add it and you can cut it down. If it is going to be above 60 seconds, is going to be there. Sorry, 60 minutes is going to be. Just make it a 0 like that. Understood? So for the time, it is simple. Conditions are going to be simple, but for the date, the conditions are going to be a little bit complex for us. Okay, so you just think of the time. Okay, that is easy for you to do it. So we'll not worry much about the date part. So nothing to worry because there we have the built-in methods are there. We have the built-in classes are available for us in our Java. So where all the things are made simple for us. So you need not to worry about how to do this one, how to do that one, and all that. So you need to understand how things has to be done only. Okay, so let us not worry about the more complex date part. You can just think of the simple one like time. You can think of. Notice what I said? Think of the another class called time class. You think of it. Okay, try writing the code everything by your own. I'm not going to write the code there. Okay, so there that array and all also are not required there. Understood? Just think of it. We'll discuss that. Okay. Now we'll have small changes to the code now. Right. Now in the main method, if you look in, so when I'm talking about my main, so let us say that I'm not using the get date method. I'm not using it. Okay, get date. I'm not going to use it. What I did is I just printed plus D1 I have written. I'm writing plus D1 there. So when I'm writing plus D1, so internally what will happen is we know that string and a number you are giving it. So then what it does for us? The string value is concatenated with the numerical value. So the numerical value is concatenated with the string and then both it's going to print for me on screen. That's what we are seeing. So when I'm trying to add a number to my string, it concatenates and it's going to print for me. What happens if I'm going to use it with the date? That is, I have defined a class there. Okay, the object is there, D1 object is there. It's of the date of my date class type. Now, Let us run and check what is going to happen. Now, when I run this one, you see that it is going to give me some information. It's going to try to give me, but which I am not able to understand. Now, do you understand what it is telling? It is giving me some code, internal code, what it is using to store that information. It's giving me. Understood? See, Java, what it is doing, it is trying to give me some information. It's trying to give me what the information it is storing internally. That information is showing me, but I am not able to understand what that information is going to be. It is understood by Java. Okay, fine, it is. But what about me? I'm not able to understand. Then what we can do is, actually what happens is internally, so Java tries to call a method called toString. Internally, Java tries to call a method called toString method to try to call. So when I'm trying to call that toString method, so you have not defined anything. You have not defined anything called toString method. Then, so it is going to give me something from the base class. Let us not worry more about what is this base class and all. We'll discuss that. So in Java, what happens is when you are going to create an object or when you're creating a class, by default, the class that you have been creating it is created from an existing class. There is some already one class is there for us in our Java, one called built-in class is there. Using that, it is going to create it. In that, there is one method is there called toString. It will call that toString method is going to call it. Okay, I'm confusing a lot, right? Okay, let's not worry about. What I will do is I'll just use a simple term we'll use. It will try to call a method called toString method. It will be calling it. Why it is trying to call a toString method? Because I've defined, I'm trying to add the string and the data object I'm trying to add. Then it will try to call a method called toString method. So as the toString method is not there, it is trying me some information is trying to print for me, which I am not able to understand, but I want to get the meaningful information I want to get. Then what you do is you'll be defining one method you'll be defining called toString method. You'll be defining the toString method. The signature of this one, what do you mean by signature? Signature or what you call prototype, we call it as. Okay, or the method declaration. So the method what I'm going to have that returns me string value. Okay, so the name of the method is toString we are defining. Okay, I'm defining a method called toString here. I'll just save my code. Something is wrong with this. Okay, I'll go to file menu. Yeah, it's no, it's not saved for me. File. I'll just say save. Okay. Now let's run the code and check. Return to string. It's okay. Okay, so I want to add 10 days to it. So I'm just adding 10 days and then I'm trying to print here D1 value. So earlier when I was trying to print the D1 value, it was giving me some information that I could not understand. So then what I did is, so I went to my class, then I'm defining a method called toString method. So actually this method is derived, okay, from some other class it is derived. Let's not worry about that one. What is the derived class? Okay, what is the base class and all? We'll discuss about them little later. We'll talk about. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm defining a method called toString method I have defined. So this method called toString will be called automatically. So whenever you are trying to print the object value there. So what is the value I'm going to print here? Just D1 I'm printing it. So then internally what will happen is it is going to call the toString method. It's going to be called for me. Understood? So internally, it will be calling d1.toString method. It's going to be called. So in the toString method, I'm printing some meaningful data. I'm giving it, asking to return the meaningful data for me. Got it? So this part only you understand. Let's not worry more about what is the toString, is it coming from, where it is coming, all that. Let's not worry about it. So let us think of it, something simple thing we'll think of. Then we'll discuss more about that one. So the toString method is going to be called automatically. So when you're going to write the plus D1, you're going to write. So that means when I'm trying to add this value to my string, internally it is going to call the toString method is going to be called. And in that, what the value you are returning, that is going to be returned for me. Okay. Yeah. So any questions here? All right. On Monday we'll have the revision. We'll take the revision class on Monday. We'll have it. Okay. So Monday, Tuesday we'll have the revision classes. Right. Yeah. Any other questions? So we told you that today only I'll be taking the revision, but sorry, I'll take around Monday and Tuesday. I'll take the revision for you. And tomorrow no class. Yeah. So any other questions? Okay. So we'll do one thing. We'll stop it here. We'll continue on tomorrow's class. Right. I'll share the code and everything. I'll share.